Hey guys, welcome to Best Voice Ever. I'm Joyce.
And I'm Ron.
And we're here to ask you a question.
What's the question?
The question is, do you get really scared when you have to speak in front of an audience? I get scared. I get butterflies in my belly if I know I have to stand up in front of people and talk.
That's true. It's true. Well, a lot of people get scared. In fact, a lot of people say it's their number one fear.
Mm-hmm.
They'd rather die first than go up on stage and speak in front of a crowd.
Well, death is one of my fears, but I think I'd still rather stand up and speak out than lie down and die. But fear of public speaking is believed to affect 75% of adults, and that's a lot of people.
I'm an adult.
There's actually a word for it: glossophobia. Yeah, he can't even pronounce it. But there's good news for people like you, me, and Ron, who do get rattled if we're in front of an audience. And it's a new study by Johns Hopkins University. And basically the study says that having an audience may help you perform better.
That's right. In the test, what they did is they got 20 people to participate, and they just did a task, and the task was a fun task. Video game. They played a video game. Now, they each did the test twice. Once they did it all by themselves, all alone, and the second time, it depends on the game.
Yeah,
right?
well, it depends on the person.
And the game. But the second time, they did it with an audience watching them, a small audience, just two people watching them do the same game.
Yeah, but that's still 2 pairs of eyes watching you.
That's right. So the first time was they did the game by themselves. The second time, they did it with a small audience of 2
And what was
watching
the result?
them. And the result was they actually did the game better when they had an audience watching them.
Wow. 5% to 20% better.
Yep, that's how it went.
So now, this is valuable information for people who want to overcome their fear of speaking in front of an audience. So how do we take this information and make it practical? I have 5 tips. And the first one is practice in front of an audience of 2. Why not? Or 3. Or 4, or if you have a really big group of friends, 5, 6, 7, just people you trust, people you know that will encourage you.
Yes.
When you practice in front of an audience, you prepare yourself for the actual thing, right? And preparation is key.
Definitely.
Second tip. Speaking of preparation, if you are going to give an actual talk, find out how big your audience is. Am I speaking to 6 people, 600 people, 6,000 people? Are they mostly girls, boys? How old are they? Teenagers, young adults? Where are they from? These are important things that you need to know.
Essential.
Before you face any audience. My third tip for you is, and I do this all the time, when I can, I arrive early and I start meeting people.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
mix in with the audience, my audience to be, and I start making connections.
That is important.
Because it makes me relax, because I know some people in the audience.
That's right. So you're not going up on stage feeling afraid that you don't know anybody at all there. You're talking in front of a group of strangers. At least you made a few connections, even just a handful, right?
And that leads me to my next tip, which is tip number 4. So you've made a few connections in the audience, right? So when you're finally giving your talk, you look for those faces that you've already met and you speak to them. Not only should you speak to them, you got to smile at them. And if they're nodding, nod at them. Continue giving your talk. Now, let's say you had no time to go meet people in the audience. Here's what you can do. If you have to go straight to the stage and deliver your talk, look for the friendliest faces in the audience. And what's friendly to you? There. Someone who's smiling and someone who's nodding. You know, like the dogs in the car? Nod, nod, nod. So you look at the people who are smiling and then smile back at them.
You know, that reminds me, I was training a young man in Thailand once, and he had asked me what should he do, because one of his greatest fears was just looking out at the audience, and it just scared him to death.
It's scary.
So I told him,
especially if there are a lot of them.
Right. So I said, this might sound counterintuitive, but the best thing to do is to look at the audience, so you can see, you know, if they're responding, if they're nodding, and smiling back at you, and that will actually give you confidence and let you know that you're connecting with them.
My last tip for you, and this is really the best tip I can give you, is to have a paradigm shift, to change your paradigm when it comes to audiences. Train your brain to think that the audience is my friend.
You're my friend.
You're my friend. I love you. And now, because you're my friend and I love you, I feel more confident about speaking in front of you, right? Right.
Hey, these are some great tips, Joyce. Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
it helps.
It does definitely help. And check out the article. Look for it. Having an audience, they help you perform better. That's the tooth. And
That tooth. And
go back and
nothing but.
rewind and check out those tips from Joyce. Thanks a lot. We just gave you a little bit of sound advice for your best voice ever. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.